Today we're diving into one of the most fascinating, yet controversial discoveries in archaeology, the city of Troy. For centuries, many believed Troy was nothing more than a myth from Homer's Iliad. But in the late 19th century, one man set out to prove otherwise, Heinrich Schliemann. What he uncovered shocked the world, but his methods would later spark outrage and be remembered as one of the biggest mistakes in archaeology. The story of Troy begins with the Iliad, an epic poem written around the 8th century BC. It tells the tale of a great war between the Greeks and the Trojans, sparked by the abduction of Helen, the most beautiful woman in the world. For centuries, historians debated, was this war real? Was Troy an actual city, or was it simply a legend? By the 1800s, most scholars dismissed Troy as pure fiction, but Heinrich Schliemann believed otherwise. Schliemann was not a trained archaeologist. He was a wealthy businessman with a passion for ancient history. Obsessed with Homer's epics, he dedicated his life to finding Troy. In 1871, Schliemann began digging in Hisarlik, a mound in modern-day Turkey believed to hold the remains of ancient cities. But instead of carefully excavating, he used dynamite and shovels, tearing through centuries of history. Schliemann eventually uncovered a great city wall and treasures he called Priam's treasure, named after the legendary king of Troy. Excited, he announced to the world that he had found the Troy of Homer's Iliad. But later research revealed a shocking truth. Schliemann had actually destroyed the real layers of Troy. The treasures he found were from a city that existed 1,000 years before the Trojan War. Schliemann smuggled Priam's treasure out of Turkey, hiding it from authorities. He displayed it in Europe, where it became world famous, but critics accused him of forgery, exaggeration, and theft. To this day, debates continue about how much of Schliemann's discovery was genuine and how much was fabricated. Later, archaeologists returned to Hisarlik with modern techniques. They discovered multiple layers of cities built one on top of another. Among them was a city that matched the timeline of the Trojan War, Troy Sephinth, dated around 1200 BC. This was likely the real Troy, destroyed in a great conflict. Unfortunately, much of its remains had already been destroyed by Schliemann's reckless digging. Heinrich Schliemann is remembered as both a pioneer and a destroyer. He proved that Troy was not a myth, but his methods damaged invaluable history forever. His story is a warning of how obsession and arrogance can lead to devastating mistakes. The discovery of Troy is one of archaeology's greatest ironies. A man who dreamed of finding the truth ended up destroying it. The lesson is clear. In history, as in life, the cost of mistakes can last for centuries.